You hear that? That is dominoes falling. Now, why am I using dominoes to illustrate this? It was the domino effect today, guys. What is up, everyone? Oscar here with 2 new videos. This will be my first of 2 videos today. Talking about Washington taking on Seattle, the disappointment there, and of course Real Madrid in the video after this one talking about their win against Eibar. But first things first, let's talk about Washington's loss today. It was rough. It was rough. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They found themselves in a deep hole, down 20-3. And I thought I was seriously, when it was 20-3. That's when the Real Madrid game kicked off. So I was this close to actually turning the game off. Like, I was actually just gonna focus on the Real Madrid game, talk about that for the rest of the way. But I don't know why. I don't know why I stuck around. I was like, Washington may have an upset brewing. So let's see and let's find out. So I'm here watching both games at the same time, and even though I did say I wasn't gonna do that again because it was just exhausting, I was able to keep up with it. And of course, we're here. I was just saying, this is so futile. Can we just get this game over with and go home? But no, it's 20-3. Dwayne Haskins leads the team down the field, gets a touchdown. And next thing you know, Washington is down 20-9. And I say 20-9 because this is what happened next. Dustin Hopkins has got to go. And I'm hearing that, Ron Rivera, the analyst after this game, Brian Mitchell and the guys that do the Washington, post-game reaction show, were saying that they read between the lines and they were actually more, Ron Rivera was disappointed in Dustin Hopkins. Rightfully so, because not only did that domino effect, like I illustrated in this at the beginning of this video, with me throwing down dominoes on my desk, the missed extra point forced Ron Rivera to go for 2 on the next drive when Dwayne Haskins led the Washington. It should have been 20-17. And then, of course, the defense has a great stop. Washington gets the ball back. They're in Seattle territory. And, of course, we're in, mind you, we're down 5 instead of being down 3. If Washington was down 3, it would have been field goal territory. We could have just asked Dwayne Haskins to just get into field goal range, something that's makeable for Dustin Hopkins. And Dustin Hopkins made a 48-yard field goal earlier in the day. I don't get that. How does Dustin Hopkins make a 49-yard field goal but miss a 33-yard extra point? Just how? I don't understand that. So, anyways, before I start, yelling throughout the rest of the video. So, of course, the domino effect forces Ron Rivera to go for 2. Washington obviously misses it, forcing Dwayne Haskins. That defense. Let's talk about it. I'm done talking about the recap at the end of the game. The game ended with Dwayne Haskins 1st and 10. Gave up 2 straight sacks because of the offensive line. Morgan Moses said he was okay, but of course he was injured. And I don't know why they decided to put him back in, because he was the sole reason for those 2 sacks. And then Dwayne Haskins tried to make a saving touchdown, but just couldn't get it done. But let's talk about Dwayne Haskins' performance. Played okay. Yes, you're going to say, oh, well, Oscar, he had 2 interceptions. That's not good. At least he responded to those interceptions. That first interception was a tipped pass. Maybe, that was bad. The 2 interceptions were bad, don't get me wrong. But that first one, I don't know what he saw. And then the second one was just bad too. But at least he responded with being able to sustain drives. The final 2 drives of the game resulted in points and resulted in touchdowns. But like I said at the beginning of the video, the domino effect, man. Dustin Hopkins, just the domino effect. So let's get into the good, the bad, the ugly of this game. The good, Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas stepped up. He had his first, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. I think that this was Logan Thomas's first 100-yard game. He played outstanding today. Played outstanding. Awesome. Congratulations to Logan Thomas. I think he deserves to stay on. He's proved to be the tight end of the future for Washington for now. Yes, I would like to get another second tight end to complement him, because other than Logan Thomas, the tight end group isn't all that great. But Logan Thomas has deserved to stay here for Washington for the time being. So congratulations to Logan Thomas. He balled out. J.D. McKissic balled out. Had that touchdown, that 5-yard touchdown to get us into, that got Washington down 5. So, that is good. The defense stepped up. Daron Payne with that big interception set Washington up on that second drive. Shut down Russell Wilson. That drive, if Russell Wilson in Seattle would have scored on that drive, it would have been game over. But Daron Payne was able to step up. However, I do have some bad and ugly regarding the defense, but I'll get into that in the bad and the ugly. But the defense stepped up in the second half. The offense stepped up in the Dwayne Haskins, had a meh game, and I'll actually, he's part of the bad, but I'll give him props. He responded. Here's the thing. He's learning from Alex Smith. Yes, he had 2 interceptions, but at least we can notice that he is learning with Alex Smith as starter. So I'll give him credit where credit is due. He played okay. I'm not going to say he played great or he played good. He played okay. Those 2 interceptions were inexcusable. And I was literally about to be, if that was the sole reason why Washington, I would have been pissed at him. But no. He was able to redeem himself with 2 long drives, sustained drives. So Dwayne Haskins played okay. So that is the good. That is the good. The bad was our slow starts. The bad was the slow starts. Washington cannot be having these slow starts. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. Especially with a good team like Seattle. Washington was down 13-0. Was down 20-3 at the third quarter. Down 20-3 after the third quarter. So, this cannot happen for Washington. These next 2 games, they better not be down by that much. Because you're asking too much of whoever the quarterback is. Whether be it Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith. You just can't do that. Can't do that. Cannot. Because if Washington would have gotten to a faster start, or much faster than usual, who knows what this game would have turned out to be. So, that is the bad. The defense played horrible the first 3 quarters. They gave up a huge 50-yard run to Carlos Hyde, who hasn't been a decent running back since, when was the last time Carlos Hyde was actually ever good? Like, what, 3 years ago? They gave up a big play to Carlos Hyde. They gave up a big play from Russell Wilson, a 38-yard run. They weren't able to sack Russell Wilson at all. Yes, they got the interception, but they couldn't sack Russell Wilson. They couldn't stop the run game. You know, they were able to neutralize somewhat. I'll give them credit where credit is due. They were able to neutralize the pass game somewhat, but they were not able to stop the run, and that has been Washington's Achilles heel. I think we're in the bottom at the bottom of the league in stopping the run. That's gotta get fixed, especially with the Carolina Panthers coming up next week. A team with Mike Davis, Christian McCaffrey. Man, that's gonna be a tough matchup for our run defense. So that is bad. The defense, the run defense was atrocious. Dwayne Haskins 2 turnovers, but let's get into the ugly. Dustin Hopkins. Can Washington, for those listeners that listen to me, can someone please start a petition so that way we can get rid of Dustin Hopkins once and for all? He has overstayed his welcome as a Washington kicker. He has, he saved himself the last 3 or 4 weeks with his good field goals. But I knew it was gonna, I knew that it was too good to be true, because like I said, it was a domino effect. It was a domino effect. Like I said, he misses the extra point. Ron Rivera's forced to go for 2 on the next drive. Of course, Washington, misses it. Peyton Barber couldn't make it in. Down by 5 instead of 3. And then, of course, Dwayne Haskins leads a nice final drive, but just couldn't get it done because of the sacks. But, if Washington was any smart, if we were in field goal range, we were at the 30-something yard line at the end of that, at the 2-minute warning. All we needed to do is maybe have Peyton Barber or, J.D. McKissick run the ball a little bit more, and it could have been tied overtime, and who knows what would have happened. But that is the only ugly that I have. Yes, I could have had Dwayne Haskins as ugly with the turnovers, but he was able to respond to those, so I actually just put him in the good/bad category because he was able to respond. But, it is what it is. Washington now 6-8. Now that Washington has to sit and wait and watch for the next game. Gotta wait for tonight. Hopefully the Browns can knock off the New York Giants to keep Washington in first place. So let's see what happens, guys. So anyways, guys, that is my take on Washington's game today. It was the domino effect. Washington loses another heartbreaker. I actually thought Washington better than what I thought they would. I remember I said Washington wasn't going to get trashed 31-14. And at the end of that third quarter, it actually looked that way. But somehow, some way, the defense and Dwayne Haskins were able to respond, make it closer than it looked after those 3 quarters. But Washington now 6-8. Gotta wait for tonight. Hopefully, the Browns are able to do their job and knock off the New York Giants, so that way Washington can stay in first place and control the rest of their way out. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. So, alrighty, guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video. Stay tuned. I'm not done. I'm gonna post my Real Madrid reaction video next.